Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, hey, my name is Brittany and I talk all things beauty here on my channel. And for today's video, I'm going to be ranking all of my Adept Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. So if you like indie brands, if you like eyeshadow palettes, rankings, videos like that, then please make sure you are subscribed to my channel. So let's just jump into it. So for those who do not know, I love Adept Cosmetics. I love their formulation. It's my favorite brand as far as eyeshadow palettes go. I purchased all of these except for two, and I'll let you know which ones were sent to me whenever we get to that point. But let's just jump into it. This was not easy to rank because they're all my favorites. Okay, so before we start, I wanted to point out my earrings. These were sent to me from my friend Amanda. She has a earring business and she makes all of these by hand. Her business is a Grateful Life Designs. I'll link it down below, but she's such a sweetheart, so definitely check her out because they are just such beautiful earrings, handmade. Like, love went into each pair, so definitely check it out. They're just so cute, and these are probably one of my favorites I have. I have purchased several myself, but she has also sent me a few as well, so definitely check out her brand if you like earrings because I've been wearing these constantly, and everyone, like my mom and my daughter, they're just like, I love those earrings, they're so beautiful. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into this ranking. So I have a 9 total. Let's start off at the bottom and then I will work my way up to my most favorite. So number 9, this is the new one. This is the La Cienga. Probably butchered that. I'm very sorry if I did. The formulation to this is very good. It's beautiful. The mattes are incredible. Like, honestly, this and the Arrow palette, these mattes are my favorite from Adept. They really stepped up their formula in my opinion with these mattes. The shimmers are beautiful. It's just not my favorite color story. I'm not big into like the pinks with the blues, so it was just kind of a miss for me. But I love making my custom palettes with the brand because they're magnetic. So this palette normally has so many different shades in here. But I just wanted to point out my favorite shade in this palette, this Manhattan Beach. This is a beautiful, beautiful multi-chrome, a gold, blue, shifty shade. It is just like, it can transform every look. So I'm just going to like put a little bit on top because why not? It's like my favorite inner corner shadow from the brand. I just love putting it in my inner corner all the time. So that is coming in at the bottom. And number 8 is this one. This is the Plain Jane Remastered. There is nothing wrong with this palette. Honestly, everything is so beautiful in here. The reason why this is coming in a little lower is just because I guess the color story isn't my favorite, but the formula is really nice. I will say the only like a drawback for me for this palette, I'm trying to think of every palette like what a drawback would be or like a con, you know. These two shades right here look almost identical when swatched. Yeah, it's those two. So that's the only thing I'm like, like I could have dealt with like without one of them. But other than that, I adore this formula. I love how beautiful and shifty and sparkly they are. I swear, take a shot of water every time I say that in this video. But this shade right here, let's see, AC 1 or 11, I can't see that. Okay, anyways, this shade right here, it's like the basic, like necessary neutral shade. Oh, it is so beautiful. I just love it for like every day. Also a drawback for this would be like there's no mattes in here, so whenever I do reach for this palette I have to reach into another one, but other than that I still love it. I love all of these, but that's why I've been putting this ranking off for quite some time. But she had to last somewhere, and that's where she fell. So coming in at number 7, this is kind of a palette, but not really. This is the Kodan palette. I missed out on the initial palette, and Adept brought back the singles, and then they added these two. But these are, let me see. Yeah, I think these are the shades that are in the Kodan palette, and like these two were like added. So anyways, this is like my Kodan palette. I just purchased all the singles separately. They're not I don't think they're available anymore. This was just like limited time. They brought it back for everyone who asked. So these singles are so out of this world beautiful, shifty, sparkly. Y'all know the drill. I love it, and I don't even care that there's no mattes in here because they're so beautiful. Like, this rose gold is my favorite rose gold, I'm pretty sure, in my collection. It is just so beautiful. And let's see, like some of these shifty shades, they're just out of this world, like incredible. incredible, man. So definitely really enjoy this. I need to reach for it more, but anyways, yeah, I'm sad that I didn't get the original Kodan palette because I didn't really know about Adept then as much as I do now, obviously, but I'm very happy that I was able to pick up these singles. So falling at number 6, this is probably the most special palette I have of Adept in my collection. This is the Amunet palette, and this was the first palette that Adept ever sent to me, and I was just in like a state, I was like really sad, and like whenever they said that they were sending this to me, well, first I got like a confirmation, like shipping confirmation. I was like, huh? I didn't buy anything, and it said $0, and then they reached out and they said they sent this to me. And I just could not mentally like fathom believe that they were sending this palette to me. So it just like really perked me up, inspired me, gave me like the courage and just like, I don't know, the inspiration that I needed to continue on my beauty journey, because I was just kind of like in a slump where I just didn't feel like, I felt kind of silly doing it. And then this was like the reassurance I needed, which I didn't need the reassurance, but like deep down I did. And this palette is just so special and it means the world to me. The color story is not like my top favorite, but it's still an amazing palette. I just don't reach for it all the time over some of these others, but it's so beautiful. Cool tone, purple. It's just so yummy for the fall especially. And some of these multi-chromes in here, they just add such a beautiful effect. Like they're white base, but like when you put them on the eye, it just transforms. So definitely an amazing formula. The the mattes in here are not my top favorite. They're fine. I much prefer the Arrow and then the this one right here, this matte formula, but it's still a really nice palette, and I'm just forever grateful that they sent this to me. And like, look at this packaging, how lovely it is. It's so special to me. So coming in at number 5, this is Amiga. Oh, she's beautiful. So this is what the packaging looks like, and I feel like a lot of people lost their minds when this palette came out because it was like, it's elevated neutrals, it's intense, like intense, honey. So the reason why this is number 5 is because 9 times out of 10 I do not reach for this on its own. I will reach into this for a special effect. I will just top these on the eyes because they are so intense and shimmery and sparkly. Like, if you want to sparkle, you want the most intense shimmer, look no further. And these are not glitters, just wanted to note that. This shade right here, it's like a holographic multi-chrome. Linda, I can't, this shade, I'm telling you. All of these, like these two right here, are beautiful. And my favorite blue in my collection, just like fun fact, is a Luna. This one right here. It's so like a wearable blue, but yet it's so unique to itself. It's beautiful. And these are like that squishy type of formula, so I really do enjoy that. Coming in at number 4, this is an Anhydrant. This one was also sent to me and I could not believe it. Like, whenever I received an Amunet light, I was like, oh holy moly, but then whenever I got this one, I was just like, I can't believe that they sent me another palette. So this is a stunner. I already hit pan on this shade right here. This is just like the most colorful, fun, shifty, sparkly. Take a sip every time I say that, guys. I'm telling you. There's these shades right here. They're just magical. Like, this isn't for the faint of heart. If you don't want color, if you don't want intense, shifty shades, this one's not for you. But if you do, I think you would really enjoy this palette. I will say that the matte formula, it's fine. It's not my top favorite. But these shimmers, and also like these blues in here, I'm not a blue lover, but I'm kind of tippy-toeing into it. These blues are just top of the line blues. I'm telling you, they're so beautiful. So definitely a beautiful color full palette in my collection. Okay, coming in at the top 3. This was not easy. This was honestly difficult, these next two. So this is the House of L palette. This is, I believe, discontinued. And also, I can't remember if I said, but they are discontinuing the Amunet palette. So if you want it, definitely get it before it's gone. But this is the House of L, and this one right here knocked my socks off. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is, let me think. Let me just take another peek at these. I would say that this is the most intense sparkly ones. Like this, Anhydrant and Arrow. This, there's just something extra special, extra magical up in this like formula right here. This multi-chrome, it's just out of this world beautiful. I love this like peachy, like it's almost like a wearable multi-chrome in a way, like if you like neutrals but like peachy orangey shades. Yeah, yes, 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 yes. And these two right here, like, it doesn't have to be like lime green or super like sky blue. You can just very softly tap it on for just like a wet look. Oh my god, this palette is so beautiful. And I love this shade right here for blush. It's beautiful. I don't reach for these all the time just because they're like very bold, but for the summer, like if this is the summer palette, you know. But oh my gosh, I thought I messed it up. But anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna close it and keep you safe because I don't want to drop it. But the shades are just absolutely incredible, shifty, sparkly, y'all know. But there's just something extra special about this formula right here. So coming in at number 2, this is the Arrow palette. And the reason why this came before this one right here are because of the matte shades in here. They are such a beautiful formula. And I love the shades and the undertones, especially this one right here. This made it. Like this one right here can make any shade look grungy, and it can take it just like an elevated look. I absolutely adore it. I honestly love these like blue greens. I love this lime green with this fun yellow, and these shimmers all complement these mattes incredible. So I'm just telling you, like, this palette is so shifty and beautiful. It's discontinued, but like, I love it. And every time I reach for this, I get excited and I don't want to stop reaching for it. It's so, so beautiful. So definitely, like, it's a good one. I just can't believe it's gone, you know, like, that's discontinued. Ugh. Anyways, number 1, can we all say it together? The Heather Austin palette. Yes. This is, honestly, I think it's on its way out. They have low stock. I don't know if this one's available either. But she's well loved. I have hit pan in 3 shades, and every time I hit pan, it is a very sad day. I'm not one that likes to actually like pan makeup. I know that's a good thing, you're getting your worth out of your makeup, but not this palette. Like, I don't want to hit pan, and I accidentally broke Magnolia a little bit, but there's just something so beautiful about these matte shades, and I really do enjoy the formula. In Mythology right here, it can really transform, kind of like that one shade in Arrow. It can kind of make it a little grungy, just really make a different hue to it versus just like a regular crease shade. That yellow added to any look can just make it so unique and special, in my opinion. I just love a good mustard shade. I love a good yellow. If you don't love yellows, just try to incorporate it, because I'm telling you, it can really transform the look. And the shimmers are out of this world beautiful. They're shifty and sparkly. This was my first, well, I had the Hella palette from Odin's Eye. That was my first indie brand palette that was like kind of shifty, you know, but then this one like really knocked my socks off, especially Smith, let's see, and Scrubs. They just like, it was like no turning back. Once I had this palette, indie brands, I was just like, give them all to me. Give me all this shifty shades, because they just are so magical. Anyways, definitely like an incredible palette. I can't believe that it's going. I can't believe it. I had to really talk myself out of not buying a backup. I was like, girl, keep it together. You don't need a backup. Anyways, guys, I finally did it. I have been putting this ranking off for months because I love all of these. If it came in first, it came in last. I really do enjoy the palettes. I love mixing and matching and creating my own custom palettes. It's probably like my favorite thing to do. But my palettes were all put together. I was like, it's finally time I do a ranking, because normally all these palettes are so like out of place and just like shades are everywhere. But something I really do enjoy, obviously they're magnetic, but the shade itself, there's an engraving of the name on the back, so you're not going to be confused like, oh no, which shade goes with like which palette, you know. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. If you have Adept palettes, let me know you're ranking it down below. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye, guys.